not too shabby. That paint match is really good on that hood. Yeah, I could tell that was the right color. I got the alignment pretty dang good. I was just going by the paint marks where the nuts were tightened up. And I still have to hook up the washer line. And I got to be careful when I do that because I busted the washer nozzle on the old hood trying to take the line off. So I don't want to do that on this one. But they just chopped the line on this one. So I got to get that line off and get the new one on. But yeah, we're going to try to fix this bumper in this episode and hopefully paint it, and then we're gonna do the same thing with the fender. We're gonna paint it because I can tell it's a different shade, and I do not know what kind of sealer they use, what color sealer is used underneath this color. Yeah, that's bare metal. If I can get a flake of this off, I might be able to see. So I got a flake off. It appears to be gray, like primer gray, so I'm not even gonna use sealer. We'll just do primer and then paint. I know most of you have probably already yelled in the comments, but let me get onto this. I thought this was a CVT in this. I haven't really drove it yet to even tell if it was a CVT. Turns out these are it's called a Ford Power Shift transmission. It is a 6-speed dual clutch, and Ford knew that it had issues when they released these cars, but they released them anyways. So it feels really crappy, I feel like a shudder whenever I get on and off the gas. And another thing that alarmed me was when I was working on the CRZ, when I backed this in, I was on the gas backing in, and it just went from reverse to like neutral. It just like out of gear, and I floated forward again, and then it kicked back in and it went backwards. So we may have to do some transmission work on these. I know there's a settlement with these, a lawsuit and all that stuff. Time limits out on those, so there's no chance of getting a transmission replacement or anything like that. I highly doubt. If you guys know, drop it down in the comments, but I really don't think that's going to happen. I might have to put a clutch in this and solenoid, the servos that run the throwout bearing. Yeah, it's a dual clutch basket. It's got dual clutches in it, and it's got a throwout bearing, whatever, that switches between the two, and servos that run that. Yeah, pretty difficult setup. And well, I mean, it's a manual transmission is what it is, so electronics control your shifts and your shift points and all that stuff. There's another thing you can do if you get shuttering with these. It's called a scrub, and we don't want no scrubs. Anyways, what you do is you take a friend and have them hang out your passenger side of your best friend's ride. No, what you do is you take it out and you do like 4 or 5 wide open throttle pulls to like 3rd or 4th gear, because these transmissions have a learning ability to them. They learn your driving habits, and if you drive easy, then the clutch doesn't grab as hard, and then you get the shudder. Now if you do go out and do 4 or 5 wide open throttle pulls on the thing, it tells the computer that you drive a little bit more aggressive. It clamps the clutch a little bit harder, and then it gets rid of your shudder for a while. It doesn't go away completely. Then you got to go out and do some wide open throttle pulls again. So if you're getting a Fiesta, plan on going to the drag strip a couple times every couple months. But we might have to take this thing to Mexico and do some wide open throttle pulls on this thing at some point in time. But I guess we'll see. But there's a couple things I want to do. We're going to fix these cracks on this front bumper. Plastic welder, metal mesh melted into the backside. Cut a groove in this. We're going to use fiberglass strand filler and then some glazing putty to smooth that out. Another crack right here. We'll do the same thing too. And then there is a crack right here that it's just pushed out, and we'll just put a groove in that and shave that down with some glazing putty and smooth that out. Yes, I got the furnace going. Back here in the back, I'm going to heat this up and try to pop this out. I don't know if I can get into that right now, but we're going to try. We're going to try to get in there and pop that out. It's got the bumper fitting weird over here from this being popped in. It's pulling out on this, as you can see. The bow right here, it should do away with that when we get this fixed. Ford makes their bumpers real easy to take off. All you have to do, what they want you to do, is take the wheel off, take the inner fender out, take the 3 bolts that hold it to the fender out, the 2 Torx bits, and the inner fender liner. There's what is this other size here? There's a couple small little screws underneath that are 7/32. Then it comes right off. Easy peasy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these grills off of here, get them out. Then I'm gonna throw this thing on the bumper stand, and we're gonna plastic weld those cracked areas. I, for real, hate Ford. I'm telling you, I just don't like them. That grill, to get that out, that took me like an hour. It's just plastic hooks that go into slots on the bumper. Now I see my bumper's getting all melted here. So anyways, I got a couple more cracks, well, just one down here at the bottom. So we got to fix that. I don't know that I'm going to bodywork that one, being on the bottom of the bumper. That really, it's not that big of a deal. I did just notice that this is broken off, so that'll have to be reattached. This doesn't really hold the bumper on. It's not a big deal whether that's attached or not, but we're gonna do it. It's attached down here at the bottom. Yeah, I'll do the mesh on that too. We don't have to body work it, but right there, and where was it? Right there, right here, and there's a mark down here somewhere. I don't even know where it's at from the back. Okay, so it's actually right here. It didn't really make a mark on the back side, it's just on the front side. So I'll probably be able to just sand that down on the front. That's all we're gonna do for that. As you can see, that's not perfect. I'm gonna have to grind this down. That's no problem. I'm just gonna use a flap wheel and grind that down, or a sanding disc or something. See how my edges don't line up there? We're gonna make them line up. Grinding them down, putty work, just to get that all together. This turned out really good right here, but we'll still have to do a little bit of filler work there. Down here didn't meet up the greatest, but it's back together. And we ain't doing nothing with that since it's down there invisible. And I think there's a valance that attaches right there anyways. Got this attached. As you can see, sturdy. Now we gotta start doing body work. Now I'm not painting that side of the bumper. I will be clear coating the whole thing, but I'm not gonna paint that side. So I'll have to blend it across here somewhere. We're gonna scuff that side with 600, and then the rest is gonna be with 400, and we're gonna have to do a little bit of body work. The fender, I'm gonna scuff it with 400, a little bit of putty here, a little bit of putty there, a little bit right there, and we're gonna get that all straightened out and get it ready for paint. Yeah, I lied to you. After looking at the bottom of this the whole way across, being all scraped up like that and the paint off, I think I'm gonna paint that bottom. I will paint that edge, the bottom edge, the whole way across, and paint from this crease over. Oh, why don't I just paint the whole dang thing? No, because then if it doesn't match the fender on this side, it's going to look weird. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it because it should match the fender. It does match fender now, so. Yeah, this needs to get prepped up. It needs to get washed. I don't think I'm going to get to paint this weekend. So here's what it looks like whenever I say I'm not going to do that much. I'm just going to fix the certain areas. Fix that area. I'm still working on that. That's almost done. Fix the fender right there. Fix that spot. And then I said I wasn't doing anything with the bottom. Fiberglass strand filler there. Glazing putty just through the cracks here. That's all sanded smooth. More fiberglass strand filler because there was gouges here. And I am not putting glazing putty over that. That's just going to finish it the way it is. But being that this is like a scraping point on the car, I didn't want to put glazing putty in here. So that's, and then where that crack's at, it also filled that in as well. So yeah, looks pretty good for being a crack bumper. But it's all holding together good, and that's good. Oh, I forgot to do that area. Son of a... So there, I'm done for this evening. Battery's almost dead on my camera anyways. Tomorrow I'll probably sand these up, hopefully get them ready for paint, and that's when I'll start recording again. It's just sanding and stuff. It's boring. I do got to hit these with some primer and sand it. I'm not priming the whole thing, being that it is already red. I'm just going to prime the areas that are gonna need it, where the filler and everything's at. So we'll do that, and then we'll get back on camera after that. All right, back at it next day. I'm gonna paint more of this bumper than I said I was going to. I think there's black sealer used on this. If you look at that, there's multiple coats of paint on this, on the bumper, and it looks like that's a black sealer. I don't know. I'm not doing that. So it might not match, but I'm painting over, you can kind of see it right here. I sanded all this to 600, and I actually went through, and the outer layer's kind of thin, so I had some black showing from that sealer, and you don't want to just clear coat over that because you're going to see it. So bottom portion down here, and then kind of curve it up, that's going to get painted, and then we're going to leave that the original. So that's sanded with 600. So that's just going to get clear coated. So it should match the fender then. And then the rest of this is getting painted. This is all good. I'm going to go around the edges of this where the bare metal is with self-etching primer. And this I'm going to hit with the Bulldog adhesion promoter. Just on the areas right now that I am going to be priming. So this bottom section is going to get the Bulldog adhesion promoter, and then over here, this section, I'll probably prime most of that. As for the rest, the paint should stick pretty good. That's not too bad. I got one more coat to put on these. I'm going to slap that coat on. I'm going to sand these down. and then they'll be ready for paint. And this is all I need to paint on this car, so it's not a lot. And I got fast hardener for the clear this time. Might help me with my runs. It's a little bit colder in here than what it normally is, so the fast hardener is what you use when it's colder temperatures. That might have been my problem all along. We might have a better paint job, or I might screw it up. Well, guess we'll just stay tuned to see what happens. Alright, so I have a family gathering to go to, but these are sanded and wiped down. All of them. So, all I got to do after this is throw some paint on here. So, when I get back, hopefully, I have enough time, get both these cars pulled out of here, drape my tarps across, and then start slinging some paint. I don't know that I'm going to have time, but I'm going to try to. And for good measure, I would probably wipe both of these down completely one more time before I throw paint on them. Alright, so fast forward a couple hours later, got the paint booth all set up. These are all wiped down, both of them. We're ready to go. I just need to put paint in the gun, and it's go time. Let's just do it. So, I did one coat on the bumper, and look at this. Horrible fish eyes. Horrible. I've wiped this down several times. Around the edge, around there, all across the front. That's not something that I can go forward with. I'm going to have to wait until that dries and sand it. But I think I'm going to continue on the Fender, since I already have everything ready. I did just change this filter out. I don't know if it was moisture, but it was sprayed good on the Fender until I got to the bumper, and it sprayed good until I was about done, and then that's when this happened. So that's going to have to be sanded down, resprayed. It sucks. So I'm not going to continue on with the bumper right now, because it's just going to be a waste of paint to try to lay on top of that, and that's not even going to look good. So my humble opinion, I like that color way better than the finished product. But that's not what color the car is. So over top of this highly metallic, kind of an orangish red, a fiery red, you put this candy pink over top of it. It's like a purplish, pinkish candy. So we're going to spray this over top of that. Like I said, I wrote the bumper off for now. We'll do, honestly, I'm probably just going to do that off video, because I have to do a lot of work to even get it ready now. So, anyways. Yeah. That's not fun. That wasn't fun. I'm not happy about that. So this is just like the paint. It's 1-to-1. Find your chart. I don't have to mix near as much since I'm not doing the bumper. I only need a little bit of it, because I'm only going to do a couple coats of this that I know of. Yeah, That color looks way better without this. Bottoms up. Looks like blood. Tonight's a fail, boys. Like, it's turning out good, but the color's way off. I'm not even close, and I can't put any more on because it's just going to get darker. If you look at that, see how much lighter that is than this? So, guess I'm just going to go ahead and clear it at this point. It's not going to look good. I know it's not. I did go ahead and re-sand this while I was waiting for coats to dry. Did I get runs? Yes. Where did I get them? In areas that you won't ever see them. Thank God. Runs right here where that window seal is. Runs across the top right here that's under the hood. And I wiped some off. I got a little heavy on the clear. That was my fault. I need to learn how to tone that down and still get a good finish. I'm just not good at it yet. The color is off. It is. I think it was closer before I painted it. So, it's a darker, like a deeper red. It's hard to tell, but I know once you get it up to the door, you're definitely going to be able to see it. Thankfully, we're blending on the bumper, so it won't be as noticeable on the passenger side. But yeah, oh man, I'm about to drip again. Look at this. It's just not, it's too cold in here. I'm trying to keep it from running. I need to go get some rags and wipe this up. So anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. I need to clean up. I may paint this bumper tomorrow. Tomorrow's a school day for me. I got to go to work. But I might do this anyways off camera just to get it done. Well, I'll show you what it looks like in the next video. But I want to get it done. And I need to get... It's too cold in here. It's not drying. So now I got the heat on. I think I got it under control. It's not... Oh, there's a run about to come off of it. Boy, I don't know. It just ran and ran and ran. But it's still here. So now that the furnace is on, I got more specks in it now. It was really, really nice looking. Now there's a bunch of little specks in it. They can be polished out, I guess. Just something with me and Ford. I don't know. We have a hate relationship. We just don't get along. Which makes me wonder why I even want a Ford Maverick. But that's going to be the end of this episode for now. If you like this video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing. Hit that dislike button if my videos give you the runs.
And we'll see you on the next episode of UnWrecked.
Look at you, you're contortionist. What's it? Your bipolar. Hey, what are you doing? Cleaning your hoo-ha. Your brother was cleaning his shoe hall. What are you doing? Taking a nappy nap in your bed. You've been there all day, haven't you? Huh? Say bye-bye. No? Alright.